foundational things that we must learn. What is important is the development of personhood. And since we in CIE Makati, we have more younger children. And we would like to re-emphasize that one's personhood is really laid down. The foundation of one's personhood is laid down in these early years. That is why it is very critical that we must live our lives as best examples for them. There has to be continuity of what we teach in the school and at home, and what we teach at home in the school and in the school, with the assumption that we are all agreed on the basic moral principles of what is true, good, and beautiful, of what is not right and what is wrong. Because sometimes what is right is justified. There is only black and white. And in the world, these decisions that we make that impact these children, or the way we behave at home, will really have a lasting effect on them. So even our teachers are reminded to be the people that we want our children to become. And who are these children whom we want to develop? They are the CIEAN. C-I-E-A-N. CIEAN. People who have strong communion with God Almighty Father, with His Creator. A CIEAN has integrity in thoughts, words, and deeds. A CIEAN should have empathy with commitment. People ask me, what is empathy with commitment? Empathy with commitment is when you feel for someone who is in turmoil, who is in need, and you try to do something about it. It is not just an insincere act of sitting down there, listening, or participating in a fundraising, and that's it. It is really sincerely immersing your lives to make a difference. Accountability for one's actions is what we're trying to teach these children from toddler until college, because we have college also in Cebu, in the other campus. And last but not the least, it's nobility of one's aspirations. It is very important that as we create a vision for our families, these children must also be taught to create a vision for themselves that is noble and true. Noble because it must make a difference in the world. Their careers, their choices must make a difference in the world, a good difference. They must make a difference. You must make a difference. But we're the little ones who are here now. It doesn't mean, kids, that you have to wait until you're 23 years old after graduating from college to make a difference. You can make a difference at an earlier stage, at an earlier age, together with your parents. What I usually tell the kids in the other schools, in Tacloban and in Cebu, and one of our speakers practically grew up with us, I always reminded them that making a difference does not mean that we aspire immediately for, ending world crisis, ending world hunger, or things like that. It begins at home. It begins with your yayas, with your drivers, with the ones who take care of you. I told my kids that I have a driver, and if I know that his roof is leaking, I cannot sleep because He will drive for me the next day. He will take care of me, making sure that the car is fixed, that it's working well, and that I will not get into trouble. And he doubles up also as like a bodyguard to our children. And if if his roof is leaking, there was so much stress in his life. If we can help people through fundraising in our associations, organizations, why not begin within? Because that is what the Pearl Principle, the very principle that the school teaches. Change begins from within. And within your sphere of influence, the immediate sphere of influence. And these are your yayas and your drivers. Do their kids go to school? Is somebody sick? If we can help other people, we must help those who are closer to us, within our sphere of influence. You, even if you're only 5 years old, you're 9 years old, you're 13 years old, you're 16 years old, you can make a difference today. You can be a hero today to someone in your sphere of influence. That is a true sin. And that is what we are trying to teach over and above the academics that we also are excellent with. But, you know, a holistic person must have a congruence of the mind and the heart. So, thank you, parents, for trusting us. CIE just celebrated its 30th year of anniversary. We have several graduates who are now in Congress, who are mayors, who are congressmen, mayors of towns and cities, councilors of towns and cities, of provinces, leaders in society, doctors. And we give the same speech, and they are now giving the same speeches in their fields of discipline. Be a CN. Be a CN. Thank you very much.